Hey folks, today we're going to take a look at a game that is currently seeking funding on Kickstarter. That game is called Yaks, and is from Company 11 Games. Now, if you like what you see throughout the rest of this preview video, I'm going to encourage you to go to the official Kickstarter project page. You can do that by following the link in the top corner of your screen, as well as down in the description section underneath this video. Now, Yaks is a competitive party word game where you and the other players are trying to take 4 letters and from there make an acronym or a phrase or a sentence using those specific letters in order, and then you're going to submit that to a judge, and the judge is going to pick which one they like the best. Now, of course, it's not quite that simple, because what you're trying to do is make something that's either funny or clever or pithy, something to appeal to whoever is the judge for the round. And because you are just limited to those 4 letters that the judge is going to roll out randomly and then put in the order that they like, that's easier said than done, and you have to do it on the spot with a timer. And every now and then there's going to be a wild yak thrown in, but what you're fighting for really are those yaks. Does that sound confusing? Well, it's really not. Let's go ahead and take a brief look at how the game is played with a prototype version of the game. So I do want to stress that what you see here may change in the final version, and you will notice that some of the materials in my prototype copy have an older name that was associated with the game, but that name has been changed, so that explains that if you're wondering what that's all about. But in any event, then after that, we're going to come back and discuss it further. Yaks is a competitive party game for 3 or more players. Specifically, it's a word game, where players will try to come up with acronyms, phrases, and sentences consisting of 4 words based on 4 randomly selected letters. One player each round will judge every other player's submission and award a yak point, and whoever has the most yaks at the end of the game will be the winner. Start off by giving every player a dry erase board and a marker with an eraser. Here's where you'll write your submissions each round. The game also includes a timer, 4 large dice that have letters from the alphabet, and a pouch with several yak tokens. For now, all those yaks go in the pouch. Randomly choose one player to be the start player and the judge for the first round. This is going to pass clockwise at the end of each round, so that there will always be a new judge. They will take the 4 large dice and roll them, then take the resulting letters and arrange them as they see fit. If a yak head comes up on the dice, it's considered wild. The judge can decide which specific word the players need to use on the spot, or at least which theme or idea must be used. It's entirely at the judge's discretion. Then, the timer is flipped. Immediately, every other player in the round will start writing with their dry erase board. They must make a 4-word acronym, phrase, or sentence with each word starting with one of the 4 letters in the judge's order. The rules here are quite loose. So long as you use the assigned letters, all you need to worry about is amusing the judge. Once the timer runs out, or everyone is done writing, the writing players will submit their boards to the judge by reading them aloud. Using whatever criteria they see fit, the judge will choose which one they like the best. The winner will take a yak from the sack. Once that sack is empty, the game is over. Whoever has the most yak minis at that point is the winner of the game. That is Yaks. I think that in a crowded party game landscape, so to speak, Yaks has its place. Because let's be honest here, there are a lot of party games out there, but the vast majority of them, especially in like the last 5 years, have all been copying 1 or 2 card games, shall we say. You know what the ones I'm talking about are. But Yaks is more unique than that. The fact that you have to string together words strictly from your imagination and try to have them, maybe not make sense, but at least be funny and clever, that puts a new spin on things. Because it's not just, hey, I've got the penis card. Now you have to actually put some work in and rack your brain in a limited amount of time. And you're doing this round after round after round. So the first time that you do it, it might seem easy to you to put together a bunch of words that just get a laugh out of everybody. But having to do that and having to play to different judges every round, again, while that concept in and of itself, playing to a judge, is not new, having to do it in such a way with randomly determined letters that you have to come up with the words with, and then every now and then there's going to be that yak that comes up on one of the dice, or more than one, and the judge gets to throw a total curveball at you like, okay, your acronym, phrase, or sentence whatever you come up with must have the word, box in it, or whatever the case might be. Just like right there, like a lump in the middle. Now you have to make it even more challenging for the players. And because of that, and because there's a timer, games will go very, very quickly, but are very tense, can be very stressful, but in, a good way, right? Where you want it to be, where you're really firing your neurons there. So, while it is a very simple game, very simple to set up, and very simple to teach and fast to play, at the same time, there's a surprising amount of depth here, if I could talk, because you have to be coming up with these clever things that are just pulling them out of nowhere. But at the same time, because it is such a casual game, you can play this with younger players and say, hey, maybe don't use dirty words or anything like that, but you can play it with older players and say, the sky is the limit. Do whatever you want. We're going totally R-rated blue here. Do what you want to do. So you got a lot of flexibility in that regard. And because the rules are so loose, you can kind of make up what you want as you go using that same core framework. The goal, of course, is not to necessarily win, although getting those little yak tokens can be a lot of fun. What's most important is making sure that everyone's having fun and really exercising their vocabulary and their ability to string together words in a rush based on one person's insane whims. So if any of this sounds like it appeals to you, if you like these types of party games, if you like word games and games that don't just rely on you to put together a few cards that are handed to you, but rather come up with something all new on your own, don't take my word for it. Go to the Kickstarter project page and find out more information and find out for yourself if it's right for you. You can do so by following the link in the top corner of your screen, as well as down in the description section underneath this video. That is Yaks from Company 11 Games. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, for supporting our sponsors. Take care.